Hey, good morning. Chuck here with the Rescue Nursery. Today we are going to dig up some of these ferns. You can see how they've just totally overrun everything. They are a very invasive plant if you have the right conditions. And you can see that. Look at that. They've taken over my rows. I mean, they're everywhere. So we're going to dig some of these guys up and repot them, put them in some baskets, and give them away as gifts. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of pull some of this mulch back, and you can kind of see all the stones that mark the border of the driveway. And we need to pull those, but let's pull this mulch back first and see if we can get down to these plants. Next, there's actually 2 layers of stones here, but I'm just going to pull the first layer here so we can see what's going on. Come back and get this one out of here. And you can kind of see what's happening here. There's a good root system on this guy. If you can get enough root system on here, you could just pull this out just like this. You can see I'm getting plenty of roots on there. We're just going to pull them apart. Can you see all those roots? There's so many roots there, that plant should have no trouble at all surviving. And again, I got these from a customer's yard in Orlando, Florida. And we're just gonna go ahead and plant these guys in a basket with some good soil, and they should last a long, long time. We'll set them over here in the wheelbarrow. Okay, next, let's go ahead and get some of these that are further back. And I mean, this is just such easy. This is actually paving soil. Look at this. This is paving soil that these guys are growing in. I mean, they grow in just about any kind of well-draining soil, but look at that. So let's take the shovel and pull up this guy. Pull this stone out of the way. So now we can really see these roots and what's going on here. And there's a new fern here developing. And let's just reach in here and try to find some roots. Plenty of roots on there for that to grow. Plenty. Now I'm going to take my shovel because it's really gotten into this grass as well, and I can pull up some of that grass. I'm going to pull up one more stone. That way I can see the root system of this giant grass, which is also spread out of control. If you've got an area of ferns that have just overrun your garden, take the time to dig them up, divide them. Basically, it's almost like weeding, but we're actually going to try to save those so we can make some baskets and also some plantings and give them away as gifts. You can see how this is just overgrown straight into the Aztec grass. It's just everywhere. And so what I'm going to do is actually cut out some of this Aztec grass as well, and we'll pot that up too. Pretty simple process. Once you break free those roots, you can easily grab a hold of that stalk and just pull it right on out of the ground. And look at that root system. It's tremendous. We'll be able to divide that, no problem. We'll also take a lot of these ferns and move them to another part of the yard, another garden, and replant them because they're going to spread no problem at all. Something you guys can easily do, and I would suggest that you stay on top of those ferns. They really are an invasive little guy. You can see there's a new fern growing right there. They're just everywhere. Once we have all these dug up and divided, it is really a simple process to maintain these plants. They don't want to be overwatered. Do not water too much. And you can see they're into my driveway. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these all out. Basically break free those roots, and I'm trying to get underneath of that plant, which is easy enough to do. And then I'll just reach down there and pull up all of that with the roots at the same time. Depending on where you live, now is a great time to go ahead and pull these guys, divide them, pick them out, and take them into your area that you're working. We've got a greenhouse, maybe you do too. This is the place to work on all your plants. I'm loading them in the wheelbarrow. I'm going to put the wall back together, and we're all done. Okay, we're back here in the greenhouse, and we'll start with this guy. We need to shape this guy up and cut those roots so that they'll fit in a pot. But some interesting things to note. Let me go ahead and cut some of this off. I'm just going to use some scissors and cut those roots off of there. But what I want to show you is this one. Can you see this right here? That's a brand new stem that's growing. That's really remarkable. And I mean, how these things spread, you can see they're not even down in the ground. They're just growing across the top of the ground. And very easy for you to just pull these guys up and move them someplace else. Or divide them, put them in pots, and give them away as gifts. So these are Boston ferns. I guess they might even be almost native to Florida, even though they're called Boston ferns. Probably somebody brought one down from Boston, I don't know. But what we want to do is fill up our pot almost all the way to the top. This soil is nothing special. In fact, it's just old soil that I've used, and it's got some fertilizer that I've put in and mixed up. So what we want to do is take these plants and try to keep them upright, but we need these roots just to be on top of that soil. So we want to spread them out. Sorry, got several plants here. We just want to kind of tuck them down into the soil just a little bit. Tuck them in there. Try to keep them centered. Then we're just going to take some more of that same soil. Take some more of that same soil and just cover it. All the way around. If you find a straggler root, just stick them down in the soil. I'm going to go ahead and kind of pack it a little firm, not real firm, but enough that these guys will stand upright. see that? So that it stands upright. Now we're just going to go ahead and water it in. Ferns like semi-dry soil, believe it or not, and they also like the shade. So part sun, part shade. Now what we want to do is go ahead and just trim this guy up because he's got some dead ones. I'm just going to cut him loose, clean him up a little bit. He's got a broken stem over here. Snip them off. And all we need to do is wait about 2 weeks so that this thing establishes its root system down in the soil, and it's ready to give away as a gift. So let's do a couple more of these. Let's set this over on the growing table. So again, choose a pot that's got some good holes in the bottom of it. This one's got lots of roots, lots and lots. And I want to keep this soil on here because it's native to the plant, so we want to keep that on there as much as you can. We're just going to set them in the pot, stick them down in. Get those roots just really tucked down on that soil. Then we'll trim up these excess things here in just a second. Some soil, spread it around the outside. Spread this soil all around the outside. And again, don't worry about this yet. Just keep covering up that plant. We need just enough soil to the level of where we pulled it out. Remember how deep it was? It wasn't deep at all. We want to make sure it stands up. Then you take your scissors and clean it up. Just cut off any excess roots. Don't pull them, just cut them off. Then just double check the top of your plant. You know, if you see a broken stem, a broken leaf, snip that right off. It'll be fine. Give it a thorough watering. Really let it soak up that soil. Let those roots taste that water and get a good start. And here's a brand new shoot coming up. That's just amazing to me. I think that is so cool. So in about 2 weeks, this will be hardened off, the root system will be out, and we can give this away as a free gift to somebody. Let's put this on the growing table. So I hope that you subscribe. Don't forget to click the little bell so that you get the new notifications, that every time we post up a new video, you'll get a notification from that. But take a look. I just know you're going to love this channel. Hey, this is Chuck with Rescue Nursery, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.